She's here. I am here. Yes, I know. You're like, where the fuck have you been? Like, you made like what, 6 videos and then you just the fuck up here? Well, if you know me, which I hope somehow you do know me, yeah, my tower of a wet hair that I didn't want slapping me in the back. I might wear these all the time though. I don't like hair in my face much. If you know me, you know I'm LB Keen. Sometimes I'm also known as ELK, which means I write 2 different things. I write new adult under EL King. I write romance and erotica under LB King. You know, check me out if you ever feeling, you know, bored. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe, all that extra stuff. I have all my SNSs in the link in the bottom. And if you know me, you know I do book reviews. So today I'm doing Catalyst. Catalyst is a recent release by author Elizabeth. And I was like, you know, she's a friend of mine. So I'm not going to really do a review because I really don't want to, you know, make some people upset. You know what I mean? Like when you make people upset, you start to see things. Like you start to see what, you know, is there. Like I don't want you to be upset by what I write, right? This is weird. Like I'm looking this way, but is this recording me or is this recording me? Either way, I just want you guys to know, like I'm 100% about not like, you know, step on people's feelings. Though a lot of people have been like, you know, you're funnier when you just being yourself and you just like ranting on the phone. So I was like, well, do you want me to review your book? She was like, yeah, I want you to review your book. Let's be real. So I did. So Catalyst, because you know I always do my little thing, the cover, it features the nude body of a warrior, and that's like what everyone loves, so there's nothing to lose. And the idea that there is a hot man on the front cover. Phoenix Pen is her editor. I don't know. I didn't know if she wanted me to shout that out or not, but yeah. So I'm gonna read the little blurb here. It's not the blurb, it's me, if you don't like it. Trust. Alana. When he faced death, I was left with nothing but heartache. I prayed to the gods for his survival, but grains of dirt sifting through my fingers was the only answer I got from the gods. Achilles. Her fingers sunk into the earth. I felt them on me, but I had become one with the earth, dead to the world, snatched away from Alana. Years later. Alana. This changed everything. I'm no longer Alana, the slave who was in love with Achilles. I'm Elani, the bartender who has no clue her life is about to be turned upside down. Achilles. I'm no longer Achilles, the great warrior who was in love with slave. I am Achilles, a man searching and willing to go to the ends of the world to find her. We didn't deserve this fate, and the gods knew it too. Now we have to find each other once more, even if we have to search the ends of the earth until we are united. I'm going to give you time to cry because I felt a little pinch in the corner of my dead heart. So here's the thing. It doesn't tell you a lot, but it tells you enough. But the thing is, reading the summary, I would think it's a reincarnation story. So I would think there's going to be a bunch of back and forth with the past and the future, which I do believe she did throughout the book. Again, I read the first 3 chapters. So if you're like, why didn't you talk about the whole book? Because I don't talk about the whole book. I talk about the first 3 chapters. Because y'all know that you guys will fucking stop at the first chapter the minute the girl faints or some shit. Don't act like you, I'll read half the book now. You will stop at 5% and return it and stuff. Y'all petty like that, but I love you for it. This book right now is number 1 in interracial, number 2 in interracial, and number 20 interracial. By the way, all in erotica, so you could actually put the name in and find it, even though they're trying to scrape all the erotica books. So, and now she's an Amazon author rank. She has an Amazon author rank. Clap, clap, clap. Good job, you. Yeah, so jealous. So jealous. Support is such an amazing thing. It works. Working miracles. First of all, I want to say that how I feel about the book. When I open, I'm done telling you guys about this part. I should tell you when it's published, but it's out. So there's no point. There's a link below. You're going to read it anyway. Or you might not. Whatever. First of all, when I first read, the first chapter opens up and it's basically Alana who's running, and it's basically about the death of Achilles. As you all know, or most people know, Paris during the War of Troy kills Achilles because Achilles well, he doesn't kill Achilles. Achilles kills, I want to say, Paris. I don't know, whatever. Achilles kills someone for killing his cousin, and instead of giving him the proper burial, he disrespects all the gods by riding around the city of Troy like 7 times, or like basically all week. He drags this body. That was as big as his hate. Though, of course, technically in the legend, apparently he was in love with his cousin, so I don't know. There's so many different Greek mythology things, but primarily they did do a lot of that, didn't they? But it doesn't really matter. I mean, that intense of hate even makes my heart sick. But anyway, so he did this, and basically he gets punished later by having Paris kill him because, well, the gods deemed that you disrespected us, so we about to pop your ass. So he dies. Well, he doesn't die. He does die. He dies. Anyway, so in this story, she basically, Alana is the girl that he was actually in love with, and when he does this and he dies, she runs to try to see him, but his mother, who's a cold hard bitch, by the way, is like, no, you go to the dungeon. So this bitch goes to the dungeon, and you're just thinking to yourself, what the fuck? Okay, mom is a bitch. So then, like, because she's all like brokenhearted and destroyed, and I was like, that is sad. That is very sad. So then we hop at skibbity boom. She's actually like laying over him. Meanwhile, this entire time, Achilles' ghost is following her. Mind you, this is still just the beginning. His ghost is following her around. It's like, oh no, Alana, don't do this, right? Well, then she gets to his body. The mom's like, okay, cool. I'll let you see his body. I don't know what the fuck was that about. I don't trust the cold bitch. Then the next thing we know, mom walks in and is like, you can see him. And Alana's whispering, talking about how she loves him, how nobody else can have her, blah, 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 suicide talk if ever I heard any shit. So then, bitch stabs herself in the chest. And I'm just thinking to myself, fuck. But reason why, the mom walks in basically talking about how she's about to give her to somebody else. So she stabs herself in the chest. And then just then, that's when she finally sees Achilles, his ghost, and she dies. Boom. 100 years later, like that. Passed by. Next thing you know, we got Elani. Mind you, Alana and Elani are 2 different people. Which I pointed out to the writer. I was saying, like, even though I understand that their connection is that hard, I kind of feel like it was a bit too fast them getting together in the beginning. Others might disagree with me, but I do feel like it could have been a bit more slow. Anyway, Elani is a bartender, and she's supposed to be like this sassy bartender who's like, kind of like an ass. She's a bartender, so I'm expecting her to have a very, very tough exterior. And she kind of does, but it kind of fades away in the first 3 chapters only because she's remembering things. I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, she's sitting in there and she's wearing a black wife beater, stepped into jeans, and she's out with her friend. She's not working that night. And her friend is like a whore, I guess, I don't know. And they're partying and having a good time. And her friend's like, oh, you should really give a Jace, yes. And somewhere in there, Achilles walks in. Well, not Achilles, Achilles, because Achilles is Achilles years later. But then something weird about this, I don't think he's reincarnated. I just think he's immortal, like a demigod who became reincarnated and then basically stayed alive since then. I don't know. I didn't get to the details. I didn't read all the way through yet. At least I'm not telling y'all what I read all the way through. Anyway, so Achilles comes in a black t-shirt, blue jeans, and combat boots. When I pointed this out that they were actually wearing matching outfits, my friend was like, what? I was like, you didn't know? She's like, I was like, this is funny as fuck. So the characters are wearing matching outfits. Just a small detail that I wonder if anyone else noticed. They're wearing matching outfits. So anyway, Achilles spots Elani. Elani spots him kind of like, oh, really hot guy, can't kick my eyes off him. Next thing you know, really hot guy is kissing her. And I was like, okay, if she lets this dude kiss her, I'm going to be, this is demerit. Because I have issues with this because it's one, I get the whole star-crossed lover thing, but only one of the participants actually know about this star-crossed lover shit. So only one of them should be like passionate. The other one should be like, what the fuck are you doing? No matter how I feel in my cootie, I still have a stranger kissing me. So she smacks him. Hurrah. You probably think I want my female characters to hate the male characters. It's not what I want. I just want funny moments. Like, I like to laugh just as much as I like to cry. I like both. They're very fun. You saw that, like, sneak click my computer back on. So yeah, the entire time I'm like, oh my god. So then finally, like, we're going through it and like he kisses her, she smacks him, and she's like, what the fuck? Well, what I got mad at, or I guess a little bit pissed off, irritated, annoyed, angry, disgruntled, disgruntled. I got a bit disgruntled because we kind of, after this kiss and her like walking away like, who the fuck is this dude? And she has a little skirmish because he like follows her. No, Jace pretends to be her boyfriend to get the guy off her because he doesn't know their relationship. They have no relationship technically. Achilles, like, he follows her and he like basically is trying to tell her I like you and gives her a hug. Well, Achilles steps in and basically knocks this dude up and said don't touch her. And I mean, I get it, I do. But like I told my friend, you have this guy who's her friend. Like, this guy's been in her life. Like, he's nobody, but he's still her friend. And you have this dude she just met. Let's be real. She just met him, girls. Just met him. Slamming her friend who's trying to help her out and obviously has feelings for her against the wall. That's not okay. I don't know. I think I'm missing something here. Was he slammed? She remembers him, wakes up, realizes she's in his, yeah, and then did she leave? Did she leave or did he fuck her? I'm confusing something. I'm not sure. My memory's not that great. All I know is that part really bothered me. Moving on, she does randomly remember him then and passes out and then wakes up in his apartment. But what, oh, okay, after the kiss, she's gone like certain days. Okay. Boyfriend, he leaves her alone, and then she ends up she's been going through some nights. That's what I got disgruntled about. Okay, so after the kiss, she's like having dreams and memories about him. Mind you, I was like, okay, but I was kind of irritated because it took out a lot of the like, because right after that, it's basically we go into them forming some form of relationship or her remembering things. But I would have loved a little bit more back and forth because this girl's a bartender. I mean, I would have loved to see Elani being more Elani before she's Alana, if you know what I mean, before we got into her being with Achilles. But that's just me because I kind of do like very, very strong female characters. So with that said, we go into the point, okay, so that's what happens. She's having dreams, she comes back to work, and this nigga show up with another girl, and she's like, oh, fucking no, how the fuck you gonna be out over me, looking at me the way you looking at me, acting all kind of snooty shit with a girl? So she thinks the best form of revenge is to go up to him and randomly kiss him. I gotta look at every reflective surface and give the side eye. Like, okay. I personally, I mean, I know everyone was like, ooh, but for me, I would have been kind of like I was. It was kind of like, okay. So we kissing people. That's our revenge. We make the person's drinks, but our revenge is kissing them. All right. So then she walks off. That's when Jace gives her a hug. And that's when Achilles kicks his ass. That's when she passes out saying his name. And then she wakes up in his apartment and automatically wonders if he's a killer. Because she wakes up. First of all, we're not alarmed that we woke up in another place. We're alarmed that we woke up in another place. And then we looked at a cell phone with someone like kill the target. And that's all you read. Mind you, we're in a society of video games now. So she automatically freaks the fuck out. Then he's like trying to stop her, I guess, like in his sexy half-nude self, dripping water down pectorals and chest muscles. And then she goes into fight mode because, of course, he used to teach Alana how to fight back in the past. I'm not being a bitch, I swear. But, I mean, he used to teach her how to defend herself. And so she goes, but it's not there. And he sees it, which just shows him that she's having, like, memories and, like, back and forth. So I was like, okay, cool. But, you know, I don't know. I liked it, but I was kind of like, that's a bit convenient. But anyway, so they spar a bit. And then she's there in his hands. And I think that was the end of the chapter 3. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, there's so much happening that it's a good enough read for me to keep going. Like, it's like, oh, okay, what's going to happen next? So I was interested. It kept a quick pace, but at the same time, it had a lot of detail. So yeah, I would continue reading this book. I don't know if my review helps you guys, but I did love it. I did like it. Of course, I love the fact this person actually knows a lot more about Grecian mythology than a lot of people would think. So I really love Achilles. I love Achilles. I love Achilles. So I wish you guys will check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. 15 minutes in, out!